Hello everybody and welcome to another Star Wars tier list. Oh, that's right, we're back for another one. I know, it's great news. And today's tier list is on Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017, the reinforcements. We're going to be ranking them based off three key things. We all know it by now. It's the gameplay, based on their abilities, health, weapons and things like that. Next up, we have the iconography level. Is this trooper an iconic Star Wars trooper? Are we talking a Death Trooper? Or are we talking Little Froggy the Friggly Ewok? And then finally, arguably the most important thing is the drip. What are they wearing? Is it cool? Do they have cool armor on? Are they a unique looking class? We'll mix all this together and then I shall decide their place on the tier list, and it shall be right. There's no room for discussion, I'm correct. Okay, this is your Glob Shito for today. Find him, tag where he is, and your comment will be pinned at the top like usual. So let's get started. Okay, the Empire with the Rocket Trooper. Now this guy uses a kind of set default pack of abilities that all the Jet Troopers use across the whole game. So that's a little snag we'll run into later on. But for now, let me explain what he's got. He's got a jetpack boost, rocket launcher, and jetpack dash. This unit is agile and maneuverable. You can jet up in the sky, jump straight over enemies, land behind them, shoot them, blow them up with a rocket launcher. It's that simple. They're a simple class to use, fun, everything's kind of decent. This guy comes equipped with an E11, a base, very good gun, it'll get you kills. The rocket, I think, across all of these classes is kind of mid. It's got a lot to be desired. I think the damage output isn't too good. The AoE on the explosion is almost nothing. So that's sort of a negative. But yeah, overall to play, he's fairly fun. A decent little unit to use. Iconography level, compared to other people in this list, his icon level is not up there. He's mainly seen in, I think this version is seen in Rebels, and that goes straight onto the drip, which his outfit is pretty cool. It was originally something completely different, which looked like some kind of cheap cardboard cosplay version of it. There he is. No, beta male. But now we've been updated with this guy. We've got the normal version, then this. I think this is the commander version with the orange. But he looks pretty cool. I like the helmet. It's got a cool visor with the visor going all the way across. Pretty interesting. And like I said, this skin was used in Rebels, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was in Rebels, and they kind of updated the game and said, let's do it properly this time and we'll give him a good skin. So let's rank this guy. I'm thinking I'm going to start this off with a C. I don't think he's anything special, but he's okay, so we're going to go with a C. Okay, the ISB agent. Her abilities, assault training, imperial intel, and double your effort. She also has a passive ability called close combat, which is basically like karate that gives you health. In terms of how the abilities play, assault training is pretty cool. It's kind of like a Naruto run across the map, which will kind of give you a speed boost. It's alright. The intel is kind of just a scan. This is also on the infiltrator class, a thing that's across most, if not all, of the troopers. It will scan enemies in front of you and mark them in red. And the design of this one's quite interesting with the hexagonal kind of layout on the floor that you get. Reminds me of like a Terminator situation. Double your effort is a health buff. Yeah, it's okay. Gives you a little bit more health. You get more health when you damage and kill enemies as well. Just a pretty decent set of abilities. Nothing major, but pretty good. I think this class also comes stock with 2 dual pistols, which they're alright. They're okay, kind of slow firing, not really amazing damage on them. They have like a charge shot that they can do, which is pretty good. Does a little bit more damage, but obviously will blow out your guns and you need to cool it down. I think my favorite thing about this unit is the kind of karate thing that they've got going on, where if you melee somebody, they spin the legs around, kick in the back of the head, in the front of the face, everywhere. They kick this guy, come on, beat the shit out of him. And if you pair that with the other ability, assault training, I think you get, like, if you sprint into it and then you're flying with a knee, and it gives you, I think it might give you a little bit of health back as well. Look at that little crab. Hello there. Icon wise, ISB to me is white uniforms and kind of secret police stuff. This, not really the best, it's not really the most iconic kind of thing in the world. Drip wise, again, drip I'm not really a fan of either, to be honest with you. I was looking at the helmet and I thought, okay, it's kind of cool. It looks like a Roman centurion helmet, but then the top of it's like a cheese grater. So, I don't know, it's kind of mid. The outfit itself is just kind of a standard Imperial officer uniform with a bit of a breastplate going on. Okay, I'm going to give this ISB agent probably, I'm just going to give this a C, I think, as well. I think she's nothing much to write home about there. The Death Trooper. Abilities on this guy are a Sonic Imploder, Overload, and Fortify. This mofo is a powerful, hulking menace of a man. He's a hard, heavy hitter. His gun is pretty good, does decent damage. The Sonic Imploder is sort of okay. It's mid. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it will blind and confuse your enemies around you. So that's sort of an interesting thing. Overload is good. That's a pretty good ability. Again, probably comes stock with most of the Enforcer class, but it's just a good ability in general. Rapid fire, less heat build up. You can rack up the kills a lot more easier. And then Fortify is good already. I mean, he's got quite a big health pool as it is, but that will give you more health. And I think as you kill enemies, it'll top that up as well. At icon level, I'm going to say, yeah, he's got a pretty decent icon level as a Death Trooper, I think. Considering that they're kind of a newer addition to Star Wars with the Disney stuff, I think people have latched onto it and they think that they're pretty cool. You've got like the gargling voice communicator, Rogue One, obviously they were introduced in that film. They've got a lot of heritage already. Wise, cool as hell, really tall, all black armoured. A very cool helmet actually as well, I like that helmet design. And then obviously like the voice scrambler and everything else that they've got added on there. Got shoulder pauldrons, bombs and grenades all over it. They're just sick. They're really cool. And they're good to play in this game as well. So I think I'm going to give this bad boy an A. I think he's maybe slightly let down by that Sonic Imploder. It's not the best. The Rebellion. So we're going to start this off with the Rocket Jumper, which is the exact same as the Imperial Rocket. The Imperial Rocket, guys. The Imperial Rocket Trooper. Same abilities. Jetpack boost, rocket launcher, and jetpack dash. It's literally the same thing. So all the positives and negatives of that first one, we're just going to copy and paste over. Apart from icon and drip wise, there's nothing going on. The only thing I'll mention is the jetpack is the one from Battlefront 1 that was like the universal jetpack that he used. So that's something. But no drip, just a boring outfit with a nice little cap on there. Yeah, what have I got to say? This is not iconic, this is not interesting, and it's a copy and paste ability set. So poo poo, wee waz, eat it. Okay, the Wookiee Warrior. So the abilities on this hairy piece of Thermal Imploder, Overload, and Slam. So Wookiees, obviously towering hulks of beasts that decimate the opponents with a powerful bowcaster. It's also got this really cool kind of horizontal crosshair, and then when you hold down the sights, it'll go vertical. So you can hit crowds of people, you can hit one target, does loads of damage. The bowcaster is quite fun to use. Thermal Imploder is actually a really good grenade. You know, compare that to the Sonic Imploder. This one does massive damage, really big AoE, just an all-round good little grenade to have. Overload is great as well. Like we said in the Death Trooper part, it just charges your weapon so you can shoot it bang, 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 straight one after the other. And it also changes this guy's crosshair from being, like I said before, horizontal or vertical to kind of like a cluster of little dots in the middle, which means you can hit straight on point on the target, do loads of damage to whatever it will be, you know, infantry, vehicles, whatever. The slam's also good. That's sort of like a typical Wookiee thing, isn't it? You kind of jump in the air, slam down, knock everyone over, and then you can just turn around, bowcast them to death. Very fun to play. Wookiees, iconic. Wookiee Warriors, iconic. Probably made more iconic with Revenge of the Sith. We saw a bunch of those hairy buggers fighting the droids off. Yeah, drip-wise, you know, naked. Really naked, apart from some Kashiki bandolier and like an eye patch sometimes, I think, which I'll give that some points for. It's pretty cool. So yeah, overall just a pretty solid unit there. But for me, is it like a standout? Is it like, wow, I need to get this? I don't know, but it is good. So I'm probably going to give that a tidy little bit. Okay, here he is, little John the Ewok. Abilities wise, we've got Wisty's Pouch, Hunter Instincts, and Valiant Horn. This is a very unique unit. He's small and annoying. His bow that he uses has like an auto tracking thing. If you hold it down, it'll shoot arrows repeatedly, kind of in a magnetic way. They all kind of go center master, I think, the arrows. I don't think you can get like any major target points for that, but that's where if you hold down LT, the bow draws back, you charge your shot. It does time out though, you can't do it forever, but if you get a headshot with that, I think even a body shot, that'll one-shot most people, normal infantry units anyway. The Wisty's Pouch is not as OP as it is in Ewok Hunt in the main game. You kind of throw it down, you can lock areas down so that people can't get through and any, you know, stuff like that, but it's, I don't know, you can easily avoid it if you're on a bigger map as well. Hunter's Instincts is fairly good. Actually, it's like we said before, you can see the enemies on the map through the walls. You can see where they are. But this one has got the added bonus of you can see their footprints as well. You can follow them around and then find your little Imperial officer having a poo in the corner and stab him to death and gut him, cut his face off, and then wear it as skin and eat him. And then the Valiant Horn, just, you know, it's an iconic sound, isn't it, for an Ewok? Just it's got good buffs, you know, it buffs up your resistance, but that's it really. I don't know, it's okay. It's an okay ability. Crouching actually gets you faster regen with this guy on your abilities. A little bonus thing, I suppose, a passive ability for him. So you can crouch down and then charge up your abilities and then use them faster. Icon-wise, Ewoks, obviously very iconic. Not for brilliant reasons, I'd say. I think when the film came out, Return of the Jedi, people were probably a little bit like, what the hell are these furry little bear things? So yeah, they're iconic, but maybe not for the right reasons. And drip-wise, no drip naked. Obviously, again, they've just got a sack on their heads. So yeah, there's that. And I'm a bit torn on what to give this guy because he's unique, small target, some decent abilities. I don't know. I wrote down here C to put him on a C tier. Don't know about that. C or B? C or B? What am I going to go for? We'll put him on a B for now. The First Order Jet Trooper. He comes equipped with a jetpack tackle, a tri-barrel launcher, and hover mode as his passive ability. This guy is very, very different and far superior to the other jet troopers in this game. I don't know why they chose to make this guy so much different. I'm glad they did because he's really cool. He's a really fun character to use. So instead of just you burst up in the air, do a jetpack over people, then you land again, or you get a bit of a dash. This guy's jetpack is completely different. So you can fly anywhere. You can free fly across the map. Obviously, you've got limited fuel, but you can fly around. You can get some really cool places by doing this, little advantage points. And on top of that, he's got probably the most unique thing is his hover mode. Holding LT will make you just float in place and you become like a death from above turret, which I think is a pretty cool ability. I mean, I think on multiplayer you probably get shot down pretty easily, but in theory it's a pretty cool ability and very unique. His jetpack tackle ability is pretty cool as well. You can just fly forward very quickly, and I think you can tackle enemies to the ground and then you knock them over. But you can actually use it as like if you're in too deep and you're like, oh shit, what am I going to do now? You can turn around, jetpack tackle out there, you'll fly down the corridor and to your safety, which is pretty good. The tri-launcher, again, also pretty good. It's like a separate fire mode to your gun, so it's not like you get a limited amount of shots and then you can just switch modes on your gun to this and purely have it be like a grenade launcher, which is pretty good. But the gun itself anyway is just a very cool gun. Like it sounds pretty good and it does decent damage. Overall, like this guy, genuinely, I know we're in the sequels right now and it's not a good time, but he is pretty good. Icon-wise, I think we all know the line of "They fly now, they fly now." It's just the worst thing in the world, but that's probably where we saw them first. So I suppose they are pretty iconic in a way. Drip-wise, pretty cool actually. Sleek design, sort of like a nice futuristic take on a next evolution of the Empire. An interesting looking weapon as well. I don't really have any complaints about that really. The helmet looks cool. It looks like a kind of, I don't know, like spider, like it's got like mandibles at the front of it. I just like the design. I think it's pretty good. And all that combined, I think, shoot me dead, but I'm going to go with an F. So now to another unique unit, the Flame Trooper. Now he comes stock with an Incendiary Imploder, Overload, and Fortify. Pretty good, honestly, pretty good. The flamethrower is okay. It's a cool gun, obviously. No one's going to complain about that. It's just a very cool, in any game, to have a flamethrower is pretty good. But this one just feels a little bit lackluster. You don't really get that true kind of satisfying feeling when you use it. But it's all right. If you aim down sight, you get like this fireball. Does more damage, more accurate. And I think it also leaves something on the floor that if you go in it will set you on fire. But that's a pretty nice feature to have. The Imploder is probably used best in tandem with the flamethrower. So you could say you're in a corridor, throw it at the back of the corridor. They can't get through unless they'll get set on fire. You stand there, burn to a crisp. It works quite well. All these abilities kind of work quite well in tandem with each other. Even if you activate your overload at the same time, just fire everywhere. People just singed, screaming, burning. Everything that you want. Icon level, probably not too iconic, to be honest, compared with everything else on the list. I don't know. I couldn't even, off the top of my head, I can't tell you. I don't know the sequels that well anyway, but I can't tell you where they are in the films or anything. So you tell me. Drip-wise, I think the armor's pretty cool. It looks sharp, high-tech kind of stuff. The helmet, a little bit disappointing for me. It's just lacking something. I don't know, it's a bit too plain. But the flamethrower design, like the weapon and the tank on its back, looks pretty cool. He looks okay. I think I'm going to give this guy a B as well. I think that's fair. Okay, yeah, the Sith Trooper. We've got an oppression grenade, seeker tactics, and combat rush. Overall, fairly good. I think personally, bit of wasted potential on the abilities there. The grenade doesn't do immense damage. The health back, throwing the grenade down and it sort of stopping your enemies to regen health so you can run in and shoot them all is nice, but just a normal grenade could have taken them out anyway. So it's a bit like, okay, if you can catch them off guard, I suppose you can make them work with your other abilities. Considering how cool these guys are meant to be, their abilities are just not really there. And on the weapon, the SMG, I don't know what it's called. I don't have the knowledge on the sequels, but it looks alright. I don't know, something about it just makes it look like, like when you bought a Star Wars weapon when you were a kid and they come in bright colours so they don't look real. It's like that, really. I don't know, something about the design just doesn't work really for me. He does come with, the SMG has a charge shot, which is pretty nice, a lot more accurate than some of the other ones, I think, actually. I don't know whether that's to do with the crosshair or something, but I like it. It's quite a good one. Better than the ISB Agents one. Icon level is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with a mid-level. I think these guys were pushed quite heavily on the Rise of Skywalker. Bloody hell, these guys are red. These are going to be some serious stuff. But then they're just like any other stormtrooper, aren't they? Just get blown apart. No, they don't do anything. They're in a shite film as well, let's be honest. Drip-wise, pretty cool. You can't deny the design, I don't think. Bright red armor, probably not the best for camouflage, but the rule of cool takes that out. I quite like the helmet, kind of the clone-esque helmet with the T-visor situation going on. Pretty good. Where am I gonna put this guy right now? I'm gonna go with B, just purely because his look gives him extra points. I know. Okay, the Resistance, everybody's favourite faction. We have the rocket jumper, and oh boy, so exciting. It's the same as all the other ones. There we go. And you know what's even worse? It has no redeeming qualities. It's just a woman with a hat on. So I'm not going to go over the gameplay wise because we've done it a million times. Icon level, nothing. Absolutely nothing there. Drip wise, yeah, again, nothing. It's just a jaunty little cap, and that's everything. So this one is going to go straight to the D tier. Okay, the Cafex Spy. Is that it? Cafex. I'm just going to say Cafex Spy. Abilities wise, Scanner Beacon, Rapid Fire, Truncheon Attack. Overall, not too bad. Not too bad. The Scanner Beacon is okay. Throw it down, you can see your targets. Quite interesting. The best kind of thing about it is you press that button again and it'll kind of make an airstrike on that location, which is quite unique. And you can get a few additional kills with that, although again, you have to be outside. It's a bit situational. Rapid fire is okay. It's good for kind of targets with more health, maybe other reinforcements. If you're fighting them, you can run them down quite quickly, but there's not too much you can say about it. It does what it says on the tin, really. Truncheon Attack is good for, a close range option. It does a decent damage, kind of similar to the Vibro Blade of the Commando Droid, which we'll get onto in a bit. But, again, I don't think it's as cool as a Vibro Blade. It's just a stick. So there's that. Icon level, probably nothing. I've never seen this guy in my life. Who is this man? Drip. Nah, nothing amazing there. It's a new alien race, so I don't know much about these at all, so who cares about them? And he's got little facial hair going on a do-rag. So yeah, I'm torn with this guy because that airstrike thing is quite cool. So I'm stuck between a B and a C. I'm going to go with C. I'm just going to go with a C. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, the Abyssinian Gunner. Abilities, anti-armor mode, defensive stance, and charge. So the Z6B, obviously very cool, iconic Clone Wars weapon that has been taken and used by this big lady. It's great for mowing people down. It's just an ultra cool gun in general. A chain gun. What more can you ask for? The anti-armor ability is good, does great damage, especially against vehicles. Sort of similar to the Clone Commando's anti-armor weaponry as well. personally, I don't even really use that much. I just use the kind of normal Gatling gun mode on this guy. Overall, quite good. The defensive stances are pretty good as well. Damage replenishes your health, so you can kind of just sit there like a turret mowing people down and you just get more health back. That's always a good thing. And then the charge sort of works similarly to the Wookiee slam. You know, instead of slamming to the ground, you just charge towards them, do the same thing, knock them down, and then gun them up. But, you know, I think gameplay wise, it's fun. I think it's a really fun character to use. The weapon feels great. The abilities are good. Icon wise though, the big-breasted, horny woman. If that's your thing, then I'm supposed it's pretty iconic. Not much to say about the drip. I think, you know, I don't know what this race is again. It's a newer one. The outfit is just a t-shirt and jeans, isn't it? So, you know, I feel like I'm going to forgive that though, because it's just very fun to play. And I think I'm going to give this, maybe controversially, an A. Okay, the Separatists. We are on the B2 RP rocket droid. Abilities is the same as the rest. B2's tanky, powerful, but this one flies. I think they're iconic, you know. They're seen in the Clone Wars a few times. Probably makes them more iconic than like the FX Spy. So they're B2s with stripes and jetpacks. Drip wise as well, you know, that's what they are. They have stripes and a jetpack. You can't really talk too much about it, but you can't deny that. I think I'm just going to give this guy a C. Okay, the standard B2 Super Battle Droid. The abilities he has is a wrist rocket, overload, and fortify. Very, very strong unit. I mean, literally. Look at this guy. All round, just super effective. The same abilities as the Death Trooper, but with the added bonus of the wrist rocket, which means you get kind of the best of both worlds of the Enforcer and the Aerial. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, we all know what playing one of these is like. You're just mowing people down, punching them to death, blowing them up with your wrist rockets. It's a good time. Icon level, very iconic. Everybody knows what a B2 battle droid is. Drip wise, you know, there's not much in terms of a look going on. It's just a bare metal arse. B1 battle droids on steroids. So, and I think to make up for putting the other guy in C, we're going to put this guy in A because he is a very strong one to use. The Commando droid. We got a smoke screen, thermal vision, and a vibro sword. Very, very cool droid. Quick, lethal, and he comes equipped with this like kind of higher jump than anyone else as well. That's just like ripped straight from the Clone Wars. You can get to like advantageous positions, post up on the top of a house like this, just ready to strike, jump down, slice people up. The E5 that he's got is not amazing. I will say that it does the job, but it's quite basic. There's not too much to say about it. Combining the smoke bomb with the thermal vision is a very, very great strategy. Pop the smoke down, just activate that. You can see everybody in front of you, then just pick them off one by one, or just go crazy and run in with the vibro sword, which is also a very good strategy. The vibro sword is insane. It's such a great weapon to use. It's got good tracking on it as well. You jump in there, just slice them up, and then on the third hit, you send them flying. So you can finish them off with your blaster. It's just great. I really like playing the Commando droid. It's a fun time. Icon level, very iconic. I think probably a fan favorite by now as well. I think they've earned their place in the higher ranks of Star Wars iconography. Drip wise, again, just not much I can say. Just a very cool looking droid. I like the design. I've always liked the design of these guys. This one also comes in the game with multiple skins that you can do, you know, like the Citadel one or CIS royalty or whatever. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I'm going to give this guy undeniably an A. Okay, the droideka. We've got wheel form, overload, and energy shield. I think these abilities are pretty standard for what you'd think of if you were playing a droideka in a video game. It's what you'd expect. They work well. They've always worked well. That's just how they are. And pair these abilities. Okay, the wheel, charge in there, pop the shield, then activate overload. And this is like maximum killing potential. You just sit there like a turret, everyone's gone. The wheel mode even comes with this like nice little jump, which is quite cool. It's probably ripped straight from the Clone Wars, that as well. I know they do that in that show. What? Fucking hell. What I will say is, one of the big downsides to this guy is probably the fact that he is very, very weak when his shield is gone. And also when you're playing on multiplayer, people see you running or rolling towards them. They will try and kill you before you get shield up, which will happen very fast. Or when you've got the shield up, everybody will target you, destroy the shield, and then you are balls, you're gone. That is quite a major downside. Just on this game, he's sort of weak, especially against real enemy players. Icon level, immensely iconic. I don't even think I need to go into detail about what they do, you know, what they are. Everybody knows what a droideka is. Drip wise, nothing more to say than it's a droideka. They're cool. The design is unreal. I'm gonna go with, now hear me out for this, put him on B. And I'm going to put him on B because it's just purely based on this game. He is quite weak. When that shield goes, he's gone. Okay, the Republic. The Jet Trooper is the same. We're not going to go into detail about anything like that, but we'll skip to the icon level. He is an iconic skin, you know, the main guy. First seen, I think, in the Clone Wars in the last season at the very beginning with Rex and R2 and Anakin and everybody. In this game, drip-wise, I think the armor is cool. The paint job is cool. I've always liked it. And added points for the fact that you can get more than one skin. My favorite is the black phase 1 skin. I think that looks really cool. Any more details about that, you can see my other video that I did on tier list on the clone skins on Battlefront 2. And I go into detail about all my favorites and which ones get S tier, A tier, you name it. So check that one out. But on this list, I'm going to give this guy a C. Okay, probably one of the ones we've all been waiting for, the Arc Trooper. Shock Trap, helmet scanner, and toggle weapon. Overall, just a very, very great choice. It plays amazing. It's really fun to play with. And the Shock Trap is very effective against like groups of droids. Even like heroes, you can stun them and then just gun them down with your pistols. The helmet scanner is, again, just kind of the standard for this infiltrator class. But this one's just no bullshit, you know, it's straightforward. It just reveals the enemies in front of you. There's no like having to keep killing enemies to keep it going or whatever. It just shows you everything in front of you. Toggle weapon is, I think, an interesting ability purely on the fact that I think it could have been something else. They shoot slow but accurate and then fast, but obviously less accurate. But I don't really see that much of a difference when you're using it. I think they could have done anything else really. I think they could have done, maybe have the Arc Trooper have a modified sort of DC 15 and then one of their abilities is they pull out the pistols and they do like loads of damage or something. They could have done that, but you know, we got this and it's still okay, but you know, we could have got something a little bit cooler. Icon wise, ultra iconic. I think everybody loves the Arc Troopers. Some of the best stuff in Star Wars really. Drip wise, the best drip in the game, in my opinion. Great armor. Really cool looking armor and loads of great skins like Umbra Operative, Cobalt Hero. I mean, they're just insane. Again, go and watch the other video if you want to see where they rank in a tier list. I am going to give him an S tier. Okay. The Clone Commando, his abilities are Repulsor Blast, Battle Focus, and Anti-Armor Attachment. All the abilities, all of them, every single one, great across the board. Possibly be the strongest reinforcement in the game. Battle Focus reduces any damage for you and your allies, as well as healing you for any damage you deal, which is pretty good. Repulsor Blast is basically like a mini force push, which, I mean, I'm not going to argue against that. It's a very fun ability to use. The Anti-Armor Attachment is really good. You get the 3 shots, he swaps it over. It's really good damage against vehicles. Look at this, bang, melted, infantry, even heroes. You can just kill anything with this thing. His standard blaster on its own is really good. It does really good damage, really easy to use, very versatile. There's no cooldown on it. He uses ammo clips, which again, I think is just really cool. Callback to Republic Commando, the game. I'm glad they did that. And then also he has like a little melee vibroblade that comes out of his wrist, which is a Clone Commando standard thing. And I'm really glad that they put that in the game as well. Icon level, ultra iconic. This is when I'm going to ask the question, who is more iconic? Who is cooler? Who is better? The Arc Troopers or the Clone Commandos? You tell me in the comments who you're voting for. Drip wise, amazing. Powerful, chunky, unlike anything else in the whole kind of clone army. Just like immense. I've always liked the armor for that. As well as in this game, we've got a couple of skins. The best being probably the Jungle Striker skin. And I think there's no question in this. I think I'm just going to put this straight in S tier. There we go. Now, before we review the list, I will just say you can place the Wookiee on the Republic as well. But we've obviously done the Wookiee with the Rebellion and it's the exact same thing. So I'm not going to go and do that again. So there you go, before anyone asks. And there we have it. This is my list. S tier, we have the First Order Rocket Trooper. We have the Arc Trooper, the Clone Commando, A tier Death Trooper, Abyssinian Gunner, B2 Super Battle Droid, Commando Droid, B tier Wookiee Warrior, Ewok, Flame Trooper, Sith Trooper, Droideka, C Imperial Rocket Trooper, the ISB Agent, Cafex Spy, B2 Rocket Droid, the Clone Rocket Trooper. And then D tier, we have the 2 kind of Rebel and Resistance Rocket Troopers. So, this is my list. Guys, what do you think? Are you happy with this one? Tell me in the comments, what did I get wrong? What do you think should be S? What do you think should be D? Just let me know. It's always interesting to see everybody's opinions because boy, do you got some differing opinions to me. But if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give it a hype if you feel like that as well. They really help boost the video and get it seen to more people. I really appreciate you watching this. And if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching all the way. Let me know what you want me to do next for the tier list. There's an infinite amount of things that I could do Star Wars related and non-Star Wars related for a tier list. So please let me know. And I hope you've had a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great night. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.